What you doing there? You guys making a podcast?
Why would you think that's a good idea?
Podcast?
You two are the dumbest people I've ever seen.
That's janky.
We are recording in the song. It sounds like this.
Hey, shut up. Don't try to steal the show from me, okay?
I'm ready to start.
This is my podcast.
Okay.
You can't just come on here singing a really good song and then show me on my own podcast.
I won't. I promise I won't do it while we're actually
I
recording
like your
this.
glasses.
Thanks. Did we start?
We started. Hello, welcome back to the Jank Podcast. I am your host, Jake Trumper, joined with me.
Jake Trumper.
2 episodes ago, you already kind of did that joke.
I do the same jokes every time.
You're like a comedian from the 90s. You just do the same show over and over again. They're like,
I just assume that different people are watching this. Like, if anybody sees one episode of this, there's no way they're coming
done.
back for another.
It's always a
So
new
anybody
cycle.
seeing this episode doesn't know that I would have made that same joke again until you pointed it out. So thanks.
I like the pineapple hat, too. You got
Thanks.
a whole thing going on.
There's pink in my shirt, too. It matches.
It's exciting. I'm really... this is like the most effort you've put into an outfit.
I just came from somewhere.
So not for this.
Usually you catch me at the end of a day of me doing nothing. So I'm like, do I put on jeans or do I just wear the sweatpants I've been wearing all day?
Fair enough.
And so I keep on the sweatpants. But today I had to go and coach
Gotcha.
for some theater stuff.
You're a theater coach, theater boy, theater kid.
But who cares? Let's not talk about this. Nobody cares.
Well, I have good news and bad news about what we can talk about.
Give me the medium news first.
So good news is we're not doing a history quiz.
Nice.
For you. Bad news is we're talking about something sad when it comes to history.
Okay.
It's JFK.
Oh. It's been a while. Does JFK's death still make people sad?
First of all, I want to say congratulations to Thoughtful Trooper on winning that Target gift card and getting a shout out for the podcast and getting your. He got to pick what we talked about, and he wanted us to talk about JFK's health issues.
Oh,
what do you know about JFK? Let's start with that. What do you know about JFK? Go.
I know that he is an airport in New York. He got shot in the head. Real bad. I believe it killed him.
What the? Yeah, okay.
I believe he died from a bullet wound to the head.
And he then got an airport named after him only because of that.
Do they only name airports after people who've been shot in the head? Is there an Abraham Lincoln Airport?
Lincoln Airport, probably. Is there? You think there's not like a small airport somewhere named after Lincoln?
There has to be a Lincoln Airport. He was shot in the head after all.
Poor Lincoln. He survived longer than
what
JFK.
What other historical figures have been shot in the head?
Let's not go down this road. A lot of presidents have been. There's been a lot of attempts on presidents and stuff. Let's stop.
Statistically, President of the United States is the most dangerous job you can have because percentage-wise, more people die in that job than in any other job ever. Because there's only 44 of them?
Yeah. So percentage-wise,
right?
Yeah.
So, and how many of them have been assassinated? Abraham Lincoln.
And attempts, because
JFK,
there was an attempt on Garfield.
George Bush had the shoes thrown at him.
I said Garfield.
He survived that, I believe.
Garfield wasn't the one. I was thinking of McKinley. Recipes McKinley.
I can't stop thinking about a name that you put in my head last week.
Who?
Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland!
I still don't know who that is, and I still stand by the fact that I've never heard that name
Our
ever in my
22nd
life
and 24th president.
before you told me.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
But that's now a name that I flex on people. I'm
Really?
like, and I find ways, and I don't really know how to successfully do it, but I'll find ways to be like, yeah. They'll be like, yo, did you hear about, what's happening in Syria? And I'll be like, no, but I know about that Grover Cleveland was one of our presidents. And then
They think you know what you're talking about. Because presidential knowledge is knowledge about, foreign affairs. So I'm really proud of you.
It's also why I'm wearing glasses.
Yes, you've become smarter because of this podcast. You're welcome.
I know a cornucopia of things.
That's great. And you're going to learn more about JFK. Are you ready for it? Because how healthy did you think JFK was?
I don't think he had a six-pack, but I think he was in pretty
good shape. And did you think, have you ever seen Clone High?
Nope.
Clone High portrayed him as, super jockey and cool. And while he did play football...
Clone High?
Yeah, way back in the 1980s, secret
sang this one time.
government employees.
I don't know what that is, but I've heard you sing this song before.
Yeah, it was a really popular show and it had a huge resurgence on TikTok. It's getting a season 2 finally.
And
Years later.
And JFK's in the show?
Yeah, because
as like a teenager? In high school?
Yes, the whole premise of Clone High is that way back in the 1980s, secret government employees took DNA from famous guys and ladies and then put them back into...
Are you just reciting the lyrics?
Yeah, I was. No, the premise is like you have like young Abraham Lincoln, young Cleopatra, young JFK. It's putting all these famous people in the secret government high school called Clone High.
Got it.
So it's like great leaders and whatnot.
Is it a cartoon?
Yeah, it's a cartoon. It's really good. I like it. I think it's hilarious. I think you'd get a kick out of it. Anyways.
Sounds ridiculous.
Multiple places have portrayed JFK as super strong. He did play football, but he never made it past like JV in most cases.
He cheated a lot too on his wife.
He did. He was a cheater. And she did a lot for him. You're going to see. He also...
Jackie
Kennedy. Yeah. Kennedy's also had a lot of issues with like children and like disabilities and whatnot. We could go more like lobotomies and stuff happening to some of the Kennedys.
That is sad.
Kennedy. But besides that, actually, I can't confirm that. I feel like talking about the Kennedys is so dangerous.
Why?
So CIA took out JFK. That's not true. I didn't mean that. Please don't come after me, CIA. That's a joke.
They did.
The AI right now just sent that directly to
the CIA?
Just,
through your camera that's not
through my
plugged
camera
into
that's
anything
not
right
hooked up
now.
to anything. My phone's on.
Oh yeah,
I'm out.
My phone's on too.
I'm out.
I did unplug my my Logitech.
So JFK,
the camera.
Good.
So they're not watching.
So
us
they don't know what I look
that.
like. So JFK also was in the military, in the Navy.
In the Navy.
Yes. Yep. That's some weird theater song you're singing right now, and I'm not having it.
Tell me about it.
JFK. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
go
cool.
ahead.
Let's move forward. But he was very sickly as a child. He was notably sickly as a child. He also had like multiple different ailments that at one point they thought was leukemia. He had ulcers. He had ulcers and colonitis, as well as Addison's disease. That's a problem with the adrenal glands. Basically, it's like muscle weakness, weight loss, nausea, sweating, and mood swings. JFK's left leg was also shorter than his right leg.
Oh, did he limp?
No, because he would wear certain shoes. Like, and I'd like to go on record, he denied all of this because they tried to portray him as super healthy as a president. But in actuality, he was doing like super bad. He also had back surgery in 1954 that nearly killed him.
Was it from carrying the entire country on his back? Oh, I don't know what he did.
You don't know anything about JFK. He wasn't bad by any means.
I just know he was like boyfriend and girlfriend with Marilyn Monroe. She jumped out of a cake. Hello, Mr. President.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Do you want to hear his other ailments? Because there's more. That wasn't it.
Sure.
It's sad.
I don't like really want to, but yeah,
it's really sad because like they portrayed him as so healthy, but in actuality, homeboy was not. Because he had severe stomach problems, so he had colon problems and intestinal issues to the point where he had to take steroids that would also lead to later pains that led to other ailments. He had prostate inflammation, urinary tract infection, so multiple UTIs, and osteoporosis, which he denied, but now they can be like, yeah, he definitely had that, which is the bones become bitter due to a loss of tissue. And that's not even all of them, but that's like the main ones.
Oh my gosh, tell me more.
Isn't that sad?
It is.
Like JFK.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wonder if like we all have these kind of issues, but they were treating his issues like they were worse because he was the president. They're like, oh, we got to get this guy.
Well, no, there was things
in
like
good
when
shape,
he
even
traveled.
Though he's got some stomach issues. Like I got stomach problems every day. I feel like.
Do you get constant UTIs?
No, I don't think I've ever had a.
Yeah.
I probably had one when I was younger. Because that hurt when I peed that one time.
Usually you have to get a UTI medically treated, otherwise it could lead to like literal fatal outcomes.
When I was in Puerto Rico one time, I peed in the ocean. And then when I came back upstairs, it like really hurt when I peed.
You don't think that was just the salt?
So then, I don't know, maybe.
I don't think you had a UTI from peeing in the ocean.
I might have gotten a urinary tract infection. Urinary tract infection. Tract infection.
UTIs are more common for women.
I know that. Okay, you don't think I know that? I could have gotten one.
You thought you had one from peeing in the ocean. I don't know what you know, Alex.
I was waist deep in the ocean. I was submerged. I wasn't. It's not like it. It's not like it crawled up the stream into.
Have you ever had ulcers? Have you dealt with extreme ulcers?
I don't think so.
Well, that's the thing is like ulcers are pretty big things too. Your left leg being shorter than your right leg.
I had my appendix taken out.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, that's severe, but a lot
I had
of
my
people
tonsils
deal with
taken
that.
out.
That's not that bad compared to what JFK was.
I broke my
with.
arm one time.
Oh my god, JFK had back surgery that nearly killed him. Did you almost die in your arm surgery?
No, but I almost died when they took out my wisdom teeth.
I haven't had my wisdom teeth taken out. I'm too scared to go to the dentist to do it. They're fully in.
I wept to the orthodontist.
Oh, I would cry too. I'd be like, I can't do it, man.
So his son graduated from the same high school we graduated from, but like about 2 years before
Your
I did.
orthodontist?
My orthodontist.
That was
son.
I didn't follow your
My
track.
orthodontist son graduated from our high school,
Washington High School.
but 2 years before me.
Okay.
So he was an
old.
upperclassman. Yeah, he's like 31.
Yeah.
He's so old.
Old.
So I woke up from getting them taken out, and I turned to the orthodontist and I said, "Your son is so nice. He's so nice. No, seriously. He's like the nicest guy." And I've had like one conversation with this kid ever in my life.
But was it a nice conversation?
He was a very nice guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then, actually, I saw him later in life, and I was doing a music gig, and he came up and was like asking about my life. He is a really nice
That's
guy.
really good. Do you want to know why I talked about JFK's like health ailments at all, or did you think I just like brought it up for fun? And
No,
because
I wanted to
Thoughtful
tell
Troopers
everybody
wanted
about
to
this
hear it.
person they don't know.
I'm really glad he's nice, but I'm just saying the reason I mentioned JFK is because
You guys,
a
who
lot.
cares about JFK being nice? I know a guy, or JFK
It's not
being
JFK
interesting.
being nice.
I
it's
know a
JFK
guy who's
having-
nice. I confuse my sentences with words,
I know,
okay?
I know, man. I know. Simmer it down. You're at like a 10. We need you at like a 6. There we go. There we go. The sedative's finally kicking in. That one, I slipped in your drink, and I was just kind of waiting for you to relax. I cut that part, actually. That sounded bad. Please start talking so I don't seem... Anyway, so JFK's health ailments was mentioned because a lot of people think he's actually super OP, and I did a TikTok series about like presidents who were strong, and a lot of people wanted to see JFK. So I'm assuming Thoughtful Troopers saw that and was like, hey, talk about why JFK actually wasn't like super strong. And that it was due to those health ailments.
Cool.
Thank you.
What could JFK bench if he wasn't so strong? Because he looks like, I'll bet he could bench like 180.
Yeah, 150, 180, I would guess. How much do you think I can bench? At my peak, remember when I worked out a ton?
You've bragged about this. You've told me about Buff Jake, and you've shown me one flattering picture of
I showed
Buff
you
Jake.
multiple when I was in Belize,
You showed
and I
me-
peed in the ocean in Belize and didn't have any problems. Side note.
Were you waist deep in it?
Yes!
Or did you pee from above the water? Because that makes a difference.
That's weird to pee from, like what? Like I'm on a dock and I'm like, time to pee in Belize?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens. You know?
Oh.
But sometimes, most people submerge themselves and do it
Well,
secretly.
the Amazon actually do have those in the Amazon, not the Belize, but Amazon. If we ever went to the Amazon, we peed. There's a chance like something could actually swim up.
Is that why their employees have so many issues? Please laugh. Please laugh.
my life is depending on this right now. People just watch you not laugh at me
Please
every
laugh.
episode. Nobody laughs. Please laugh. We need this laugh. The dead air is killing me. Oh, dude. Speaking of like killing me, I have had some severe hate comments on Instagram Reels.
Nice. Congratulations, dude. That's how
No.
you know you made it.
I post to every platform, and it's always like super positive stuff. Occasional mean comment. I get like,
What are they going in on?
hate comment. I made a video where basically like me and my family made a ton of gingerbread houses. So I posed in front of the gingerbread houses and I was like, so me and my friends made these houses. My friend, you can't see them. They don't want to be on camera. They're over there. Billy, Bob, Billy, Bernard, they all had B's. I was like, we all made these gingerbread houses and it's so fun to hang out with friends. I even have a few more that we can build. Like it's supposed to be cringy and stupid. And people are like,
Yeah.
one person, and it was like, this is cringe. This is so stupid. And I was like, it's comedy subjective. And they were like, yeah, but this is just very, very bad. And I was like, okay.
See, you shouldn't respond to those people.
They're just so angry. It's
You
like,
should
bro.
only respond to the nice comments. Do
Yeah.
you respond to all the nice comments?
Yeah, I try to.
You respond to every single nice comment.
No.
Then why do you respond to every single negative comment?
Because it gets to me, man. It hurts a little bit. And
So?
with that being said,
I mean, I
let's
get it.
into our sponsor.
It's good stuff.
hey, I have high blood pressure, and my doctor was like, yo, you need to start drinking some water. And I was like, well, I just don't enjoy it. Thanks to the coldest water bottle, though, I now enjoy drinking water and can stay healthy. If you know someone who needs a water bottle, or maybe you do, it makes the perfect holiday gift. It's the coldest water bottle. And if you use my code right now, JakeT, in checkout, guess what? You're getting 10% off. Or you can just use my referral link to get that 10% off with the coldest water bottle. More information in the description. Go check it out this holiday season.
Hate comments do hurt, though.
Oh, yeah, we're back. We're back, by the way. Yeah, well, have you, like, it's hard not to respond to them when people are just like, use me as a dislike button. Because there's no disliking on Instagram Reels. Like, you'll see that on really bad TikToks. Like, I'll see TikToks in the first comment.
So people like their comment
as a dislike. Granted.
That's so bogus.
And on really bad TikToks.
What a cheap way to get likes on a comment,
true.
too.
Yeah, and, like, there's TikToks that I see that I'm just like, oh, this is cringy. But I've never commented, like, a genuinely mean comment on someone who's trying.
Who takes the time to stop and let people know that they didn't enjoy it?
Well, I guess
I don't even take the time to let people know that I do like things.
So I feel like there's certain levels of anger. There's the ones where, like, there was, like, this one video where this guy told a story about the world's most dangerous criminal, but the picture he's using is a deformed figure from the movie Gerald's Game. So obviously I'm commenting like, dude, don't lie to kids. You're using a fake picture. At least show the real picture. But then you've got ones where it's like just people making comedy that's a little cringe, like me and multiple other people.
Yeah, I think calling out false information is one thing.
Yeah, or like if someone...
But saying this comedy sketch is bad and you should be ashamed of yourself is another thing.
Especially when they're not content creators themselves. If a content creator like came up to me and was like, you're bad, I'd be like, hey, can you help me become better? If mine's bad. No?
Don't work with anybody who does that.
Oh.
Anybody with that kind of approach at all does not deserve any time of your day. Period.
Dang, I'm too...
That's so true, though.
That is true.
Right?
I'm so young and immature. I don't understand.
No, you're just not going to get... I just don't think you're ever going to get, like, much good feedback or growth out of a person like that.
Who's just always shitting on you.
Because I think people like that are always just looking for
something
the negative thing in other places to distract themselves from all the negative things that are right in front of them.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, but sometimes if I get a hate comment and I comment back, because I never am like, you hurt my feelings, or I'm never angry. I always just try to be like, hey, to each their own, or hey, comedy's subjective. Sometimes they won't double down and they'll backtrack because they don't. A lot of people who make hate comments, I feel like, don't even realize you're going to see it. So when you comment on it, they're like, no, man, I just meant this and blah, blah, blah. Love your stuff. And then it makes me feel a little bit better. But then when they double down, I'm like, oh, damn. they really meant it.
So what do you think the percentage
really
is? What do you think percentages of people doubling down compared to
it's 50-50.
People
it's literally
backing up and apologizing?
It's a 50-50. And it's always to be fair, I did do a video with my sister and her boyfriend, and they're a mixed race couple. I got a lot of like racist comments.
Yeah.
Which is just like only on Instagram Reels. I posted that on TikTok, and it was like 2 mean comments. Instagram Reels was like 20% mean comments. So there's like 15 that were just blatantly racist. And I'm like, dude, what's wrong with Instagram Reels?
I mean, the comments are always a cesspool of, it's the bathroom stall. Anybody can write anything.
But on TikTok, it's almost always great. It's always like, ha ha ha, I agree. Or like, because it's like, we're just like a fun little history community. Like occasionally when I did like presidents fighting, right? And I put that Obama would beat Biden, right? I was like, Obama would crush Biden. People are like, well, Biden's not a president yet. But I don't comment back to those because it's like, look, that's not, they're not like, I hate you. They're just like saying what they believe. And I'm like, it's not worth me arguing with them on TikTok. So like, that's the like most, like they're disagreeing with me, right? They're like, well, you're wrong. But they don't even say you're wrong. They just go, Biden's not president. And I'm like, all right, cool. But it's not like they're being like, I hate you. You're so very, very unintelligent, stupid, which is what I get on Instagram for a dumb skit. It's hard to believe that my political things where I make presidents like fight to the death get like people like, they're like, no, I think Gerald Ford would actually do pretty good. But on Instagram, I'm like, I made gingerbread houses alone. They're like, I hate you and I hope you die. And I'm like, what? What did I do,
and
man?
I feel like we've already given too much attention to the to the naysayers.
Yeah.
Out there, but unfortunately for us, and the world, really, it is more entertaining to talk about and hear about like the negative things that are happening than to hear about that person who like, sent Ariana Grande a message saying, you're my favorite, I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah.
I want to hear that message to Ariana Grande that says your poop probably smells worse than mine or whatever mean things they say to her. That's the first thing that came to my head.
That was a weird that you're thinking about Ariana Grande's
her poop.
bowel movements.
Her poop being smellier than my poop.
How's work going for you? Let's go back. Let's bring it back around to you working with...
You don't want to talk about Ariana Grande's
No,
poop?
no. So the musical theater. You coach musical theater at a high school.
Yeah.
How's that going? Like, what
Good.
musical are you guys doing?
Spring Awakening.
I don't know anything about Spring Awakening.
It's the original Broadway cast is starring Leah Michele, who's the main girl in Glee. She's the main person in Glee.
Okay.
And then Jonathan Groff, who plays King George in Hamilton on Disney Plus.
I know that one. That's a historic.
That's where they like really got their. That's where they blew up.
So why didn't you do Rocky Horror Picture Show? That's the only musical
because
I know.
I'm teaching high schoolers.
And what's the problem?
And I presented the idea.
Oh, they all said
to
no.
the board.
Oh, okay. And you were actually
and they
almost
loved
removed.
it.
Oh, they loved it.
No, they really wanted to do it. It was just we couldn't get the legal rights to the show.
Okay.
But the school and the students really wanted to do it. We had costumes picked out already.
I believe it. Okay, cool. That makes me feel a lot better.
No, of course not.
Okay.
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
It is great. I would love. Okay.
I do love Rocky Horror Picture Show, but
year,
nobody wants to see.
My senior year of high school, our final...
I'm sure somebody wants to see it, and shame on that person.
Our final musical was Legally Blonde, and I played the character Kyle the UPS Man, and it literally said my background music was
Kyle the UPS Man. This is the buff Jake that you
No.
always bring up. Dude, look at me as Kyle the UPS Man in Legally Blonde. Look how strong I was here. And it's like...
I peaked. That was my peak, okay? I can't look back on the glory days.
I think UPS uniforms are just like a sexy thing.
Can I finish my story? I was going to say...
It makes anybody look good. You didn't look good.
They said... What if I should have just like skipped over that so it just made you feel bad that you like said that even though it was a joke. Like I just don't acknowledge it.
No, you should just cut the episode off right there. You don't look good.
And it's over.
That's it. That's the end of the episode.
It just... Or I should
Sorry,
just walked out.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say the literal background music is porno guitar.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
That's
if a high school is like, yeah, we're fine with using this. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. But, so, Spring Awakening, and how does...
What? You really want to know about Spring Awakening?
Kinda. I'm a little, like, what is...
It's a musical set in the 1800s.
Okay, I don't care anymore. Lost interest.
But it's about, like, coming of age.
Is Andrew Jackson in
young
it?
pregnancies.
Is Andrew Jackson in it?
Cheating.
Is Andrew Jackson in it?
No, he's in Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson, which is a different musical.
Bloody Andrew Jackson. It's a hate piece on Andrew Jackson, right?
I don't know. I just know the name.
It has to be. Bloody Andrew Jackson.
Was he a bloody guy? Did he bleed a lot?
So Andrew Jackson...
I don't know anything about him.
He rumored up to 100 duels that he did and won. One time in a duel, he got shot...
Like Yu-Gi-Oh duels? Please laugh.
How does the Yu-Gi-Oh theme song go? Let's do the duel. Bow, bow, bow,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I don't know how it goes.
I only know duel.
Duel. Yeah, okay.
Right.
No, like they would be shooting at each other, and one time he got shot in the ribs and just had to live with a bullet in his ribs for the rest of his
He
life.
points his pistol to the sky.
No, he actually would shoot them gladly. Andrew Jackson was insane. He also got into a duel with his own soldiers. They got into a shootout, and one of the soldiers got shot in the butt. And Andrew Jackson, for some reason, he ended up with the bullets, and he mailed them the bullets, and was like 10 years later, he was like, "Hey, I think you might need these bullets."
Damn, that's baller. That's awesome.
Andrew
Good for him.
He was an awful human being, but has some crazy badass story. Because Trail of Tears was Andrew Jackson.
Oh.
Yeah. So awful person that led to a lot of innocent deaths, but he has crazy stories.
Andrew Jackson was Trail of Tears, huh?
Yeah. But he did, when in his old age, he beat an assassin nearly to death with a cane, and David Crockett had to rip him off the assassin. The attempted assassin, the assassin tried to kill Jackson, and Jackson just beat him nearly to death with a cane to the point where David Crockett had to rip him off.
Should have shot him in the head.
Oh, what is that from Avengers? Is you should have aimed for the head, and he snaps. Thanos.
Oh yeah, and then
Jackson is
the Thor.
Yes. Well, no, Thor hits him, and he's like, "You should."
I went for the head.
If you had to put presidents in as Marvel characters, I think Andrew Jackson would be Thanos. And I think Tony Stark would obviously be Washington. Tony Stark, the first... Captain America would
be George Washington.
Because the first Avengers, Captain America, so
I think
Washington.
Thomas Jefferson would be Iron Man.
Jefferson's not in it. No, Iron Man would be Lincoln. Lincoln's Iron Man. You can jump around.
I just feel like personality-wise, it'd be Thomas Jefferson.
Jefferson doesn't get to be anything. Jefferson is one of the dudes working at S.H.I.E.L.D.
Why? Thomas
Max.
Jefferson was a president. He was
He's not as notable.
He was top 3 first presidents ever. That was a fun way to say that, right?
He was the
Top 3 first presidents of all time.
He was the 3rd president, yeah.
That's what I mean, yeah. I'm not saying he was the top 3 presidents of all time.
I was going to say...
He was the top 3 first presidents of all time. You know what?
Jefferson literally was like, hey guys, slavery's bad. I'm still going to own a bunch, but it's bad. That's so hypocritical, man. At least Adams was like, it's bad, I'm not going to own people. Yeah. And he didn't. I don't like Adams that much, but I like him more than Jefferson.
I don't know anything about him.
Who?
Adams.
He was the first president only to serve 1 term, and then his son, John Quincy Adams,
it's pretty quick,
was the next president to only serve 1 term. So the Adams are cursed as 1-term presidents.
And then it almost happened to the Bushes, but then George W. got reelected.
He did get reelected, and that's why people think he did 9/11. That's where the conspiracy theory comes from.
That's one of those conspiracy theories I used to dive into.
Really?
I try to stay away from conspiracy theories.
There's so many conspiracy theories about every president. Who shot JFK?
It used to be. Conspiracy theories used to be fun. They're not fun anymore.
They're all mean.
You know, like they're all like they hurt the world. Before it was the moon landing's not real. Buzz Aldrin punches that guy in the face.
That was such a cool interview. We're gonna wrap up with that, but continue.
You know, it used to be that. It used to be.
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat. Yeah, these are harmless conspiracies that don't like change how the world works. But saying that like the government has come up with a disease to change the batteries in the birds.
Yeah.
I guess birds aren't real. That's another really fun one.
That's a fun one.
That's going on.
Yeah.
But the whole COVID conspiracy saying that Bill Gates is behind this entire thing.
That stuff is just like fear, and that it kind of feels like fear mongering. Well, I
got a buddy who thinks that Bill Gates went to India and injected 400,000 Indian children with this vaccine practice, paralyzing all 400,000 of them. So there's supposedly 400,000 children in India who are paralyzed right now from Bill Gates.
Like, I didn't even hear it. Why would you tell me that?
That's not true. It didn't happen.
Okay, well, yeah,
this is a conspiracy.
This has been a really negative episode, yeah?
My buddy and I go back and forth, so I wanted to do my own research on this. And he didn't want any articles that were peer-reviewed. Do you know what that means?
Articles that were actually, like, reviewed.
Yes, by professionals in the field and accepted as fact. Okay.
Yeah, so what did he want?
So my friend, who's one of my best friends, and I love him to death. He's a huge conspiracy theorist, though. He does not want things that are peer-reviewed because he thinks that the peers are in the circle with Bill Gates and Obama and the Clintons.
Gotcha.
And they're all conspiring to present this false information to us.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's crazy. That's the word, though. It's crazy.
Let's do something more fun. Let's talk about Buzz Aldrin when he punched that guy in the face. Because I posted a TikTok the other day, last week, and it did pretty well on TikTok. And it was about like my favorite celebrity interview. It's not really an interview. It's a conspiracy theory.
That's not an interview. That's an ambush.
Yeah, the conspiracy theorist like runs up on him. He's like, "Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?" And Buzz Aldrin's like, "Dude, leave me alone. Leave me and my family alone." He's like, "Swear on the Bible. I'm calling the kettle black. You're lying. You're a coward and a liar and a thief." And he gets
punched. He says thief. It's funny that he gets punched in the face, but he still finishes the word thief.
Yeah, he's like,
because he says thief, get punched, and then he finishes fuh. So you're a thief. Fuh.
It's so funny, dude. And that's just
great.
And I called it interview because technically, like,
it's not an interview.
There's the cameras and everything, and he's like walking up with a mic. So I just like to say it's an interview because it's so funny. So funny. Buzz Aldrin.
My favorite interview is when Rudy Giuliani gets interviewed in Borat 2.
That's an interview. That's an interview.
And then...
Is that not an interview?
I mean, it's fake. The girl's an actress.
Still an interview.
It is technically an interview.
Because there's the Borat.
He did actually start to take his pants off.
It's not Borat. It's not. It's the other character that Conan played. The blonde hair guy.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I'm going back to another interview movie when he went to interview Harrison Ford, and he's like,
"Oh,
Bruno." He's like, Harrison
Ford.
And then Harrison just goes, "Fuck off."
I know, it's great, and he teases it the entire movie. He's like, "And now it's time for my interview with Harrison Ford."
And the whole time, you're like, "What's it gonna be?" And he just goes,
and it's fuck off. That's it. Oh, we cursed in your podcast. So you have to
we made it all this way without cursing. This is, and we talked about such negative things, and we didn't curse once until now.
Until we quoted Harrison Ford.
Look what you did, Harrison. Look what you did. Actually, I'm a huge fan. I absolutely love you, and I'm not even mad about it.
Harrison Ford can do no wrong.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say before we wrap up?
When is this airing? Is this after the holidays or
after the holidays?
Is this 2021 right now?
Like right under 2021.
This is January.
The first
January
Friday,
right now?
the first Friday of 2021.
Like I know we're recording this in December,
yes.
So it's technically January right now.
Yes.
All right. Well, then I'd like to announce that I've already messed up my New Year's resolution at this point. I meant to start eating better and exercising, but I didn't.
You're just giving up on it first before it even starts?
I'm going to try, but I think it's safe to say when this comes out, I will have failed.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
So.